Welcome to Real Talk Wrestling. I am your host, Josh. With me, Chris. Chris Koffler, what is going on in your world today, man?
Lots of stuff. Lots of
Lots of stuff.
not fun stuff. Work, but it's
Yeah.
Thursday night. It's podcast time, so that's good stuff.
Yeah, that is good stuff. Yeah, this is one of the most. I hate to say I'm not going to complain about work too much, but shittiest days of work in a while. And then after work, like immediately after work, I get a text from my good buddy Chris, and it's a screenshot of Triple H's text or
Yep.
tweet. Like he texted you. No, and we get the news that Bray Wyatt has passed away. He's died. And he's no longer here. And it's just the shittiest day at work. Literally, the shittiest day at work. Got logged in
Mm-hmm.
and out of VPN all day. I found out that I went on break and never came back, so I worked an extra 2 hours for free because that's just the way progressed. That's just the way they worked. So I had to work literally. I worked literally 10 hours today and didn't get paid over. It's whatever. And then I get the news that although we kind of knew he was sick, we didn't know this much about it, and he's gone, and it sucks. Sucks.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I was surprised when I opened up my phone and I saw that there. Like, I don't know. It really caught me off guard because I was not expecting that it was that bad.
And I heard somebody on a podcast somewhere 2 weeks ago. This was weeks ago, and they were talking about Bray Wyatt. And they were talking about how Vince is ruined creative, and maybe that's why he's not coming back. And one of the other hosts was like, "Man, he's been gone for a while. Like, if he's truly sick, this kind of reminds you of Brody. Like, nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows the news. Nobody knows anything. Just that he's sick and he's gone." And
Yeah.
then he literally said, like, "I just hope he doesn't end up dead like Brody did." This was 2 weeks ago. He said this, and like, I'm not saying it's just a coincidence. It's like I don't know, man. Wrestling deaths, they come early and they come
Mm-hmm.
hard, and they're very unexpected.
Yeah.
Unlike the other one yesterday, Terry Funk.
I was about to say, yeah, that wasn't the only big name this week.
Yeah, so
It's a
Terry
rough week
Funk.
for wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, one guy, kind of created the style of wrestling that many, like Mick Foley and ECW pretty much all followed, and that's how that began. And he's gone. He was a legend, but he lived a long life, But
Mm-hmm.
Bray Wyatt was so young. He had a young family, two small kids, his wife. It's just his brother, his family. It's sad to see talent like him, just too soon. Too
Yeah,
soon.
and to put it in perspective, he was a year and a half or 2 years younger than me and you, I believe.
Yeah.
So way too soon.
You just never know what's going on. I made fun of, and this is nothing. My wife bought a blood pressure machine, and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing with this? Like, I'm fine, right? Seriously, she's
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, it's important to like know these things. And I'm like, I work out every day, I eat right, like I'm fine, whatever. It is what it is. And yeah, I'm 37 now, and I'm getting to that age. Hell, I just saw Kevin Hart, run a 40 and tear his abdomen. Like he's in a wheelchair now. Our bodies are changed, and we need to start taking care of ourselves and pay attention to our health. And I'm not saying Bray Wyatt was unhealthy or whatever. It's just he was so
Yeah.
young, and you just don't think about it until something happens.
Yep. That's very true.
And the wrestling world lost a good one. It's it's like the last thing we saw was him and Taker in the ring, right? And like Taker whispered something to his ear, and like that's the last memory I have of Bray. I don't know. I wasn't really watching WWE at the time, like hardcore, but I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Very sad to see indeed.
What's up, Clutch? Clutch in the chat pops in real fast. Saw R.I.P. Bray. Yep, same. R.I.P. Bray Wyatt. One of the most beautiful minds. Life is not fair. It sucks. It really does, man. Like I don't know. We'll never see him again. Just to think about that, his promos were great. No, his
Mm-hmm.
in ring wrestling to me wasn't great to me, but his character, his promo ability, like everything about him,
Yeah. His storytelling was great.
storytelling, and when he was unleashed and he could do whatever he wanted and he had control, it
Yeah.
was phenomenal, man. It really was. Like the whole, tweeted out he has got the whole world in his hands, and that was my favorite Bray Wyatt. That was my favorite feud, him and John Cena.
Hmm.
And that was my favorite version of him. Overall, I know he had the Eater of Worlds, he's had the Fiend, he's had this iteration, the newest one. Eater of Worlds Bray was unlike any other. Like that was new and fresh. That was cool. Well, what were some of your favorite Bray moments or matches, if you had any, or any kind of anything?
I think it was the Fiend because I feel like that's when he really, really was just told to go ahead and use all your creativity and let's see what you can come up with. So I felt like he got to truly express himself there. And think about it, it was like must see TV every week. Like you had to see what was going on. If you missed it, you're definitely looking it up on YouTube. Like you're wanting to find out the story that he was telling in these little backstage segments. So I just felt like for him, he finally got an opportunity to show everyone what he could do, and that was probably my favorite part of his career there in WWE.
Yeah. Well, we are going to move on. We don't want to make the whole show somber. We do have a big pay-per-view going on. Remember how I went to bat for him all that time? Yep. He loves Bray Wyatt. Clutch does.
Yep.
Um, Hope he celebrated. Deserves to be by the wrestling community. Listen, it's no secret. I was never a Bray Wyatt fan. Like I never rooted for him to win. I always rooted against him just because that's who I am. Sometimes, right? But it doesn't mean I didn't recognize the talent and I didn't recognize the genius that he was.
Yep.
So we do have All In this week. I guess. I guess this is the card we're getting. Could you imagine you're in the UK and you're hyped, right? I'm gonna go to my first ever AEW show, just like how we were in Tampa. Hyped. We're gonna go to the AEW show, the first one in
Yep.
Tampa. We're so hyped. And that's just a little thing for us. Then Wembley Stadium. And then you get a card like this where you only have about 2 matches that you really, really care about, and then a bunch of filler. Filler. I
Yep.
mean, this is be for real. Like it's kind of filler wrestling. I don't understand what Tony Khan was doing.
I think what he's doing, I think we see this sometimes with WrestleMania. You're trying to get as many people on the card as you can. Rather than picking out a few really good matches, everyone's got to be on the show. And so that's why, I mean, we don't have, what do we have? 2 one-on-one matches, I think.
I'm looking right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 3.
Oh, yeah. CM Punk Samoa Joe is the other one. Yeah.
Yep.
So we only have 3 one-on-one matches, which means the rest of these are, I mean, multi-person. Like there's just too much going on, and they just keep throwing people in. And I think that's what it was. Is he wanted to get everybody on the card, as many people. I don't know if it was to boost ticket sales, so there's another chance that someone's, my favorite wrestler's not on the show. Oh wait, they're on there now. I'm going to go buy my tickets, or I don't know. It's a lot.
There's some people missing from this card. I just want to get that out there off the top. But before we get into the preview and go through all the matchups, I want to say a couple things. The guys that worked their ass off and women that worked their ass off to get there, right? This is their WrestleMania. They're treating it as their biggest show. It is their biggest show. So their biggest, their most loyal wrestlers should be showcased on the show. Where's your Jungle Boy? Where's he at? It's unreal that he is not on the show, booked in a match.
Who's that?
Yeah, you know who it is.
Who is that guy that was buried like 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Jack Perry.
Where's Jack Perry?
There
Where is he? It doesn't make any sense to me. The women in this match, it's just unfortunate that Jamie Hayter can't be there. You would think she'd be there, but she's not. Unfortunately, that's not Tony Khan's fault.
No.
But is Sammy Guevara in this match or in this card at all? Do you see Sammy Guevara? Where is he?
Nope.
Where is he? He's been busting his ass
forever. Yeah.
He's been busting his ass all year trying to get some stupid gimmicks over. Did I already mention Ricky Starks? Where is he? So I'm okay with this card as in like, okay, this is a cool, like a little, they're gonna have fun matches. But why are we giving spots to Will Ospreay? He's not with the company. He wasn't there all year.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm okay with Ospreay on the card, of course, but and I love him. I think he's a top 5 wrestler in the world. I'm not complaining that I have to watch Will Ospreay, but what I'm complaining about, that is a part-time wrestler in the AEW world because he's only there 2-3 times a year. So you're giving him a major spot over someone like Jack Perry, over Ricky Starks. He deserves it. And the fact that he's not on this card is insane. You could have done Osprey and Jericho at All Out next week, or if you wanted, you could have, but you're not going to do that because this isn't Osprey from that little crappy country over there. Isn't he from there? I don't know. I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I don't know either. So I don't know. I don't want to complain anymore. It is what it is. You know, Kota Ibushi, right? He's there.
Yeah.
Again, he's only been in the company for a cup of coffee. Why is he on the biggest show? It's just unfair. But hey, at least Orange Cassidy's on the card. At least Eddie Kingston's on the card. He wasn't there all year. I'm just making. I don't know. Let's just get into it. Unless you want to elaborate on this.
No, I mean, I think you're making a really good point. Some of the originals are very early on. People should get a chance to go there. There's a couple of these that I feel the same way. Will Ospreay, Jericho especially. But that's why, you're right, Will Ospreay is from over there, so that's why he's on the card.
It makes sense. So here's one that I would like to boot off there, which it would never happen. Samoa Joe, CM Punk for the Real World Championship. The very next week is All Out in Chicago. You didn't need this. This is not an all-in match. I'm sorry. Nobody cares about this match.
Yeah.
Nobody.
That's a good point. Yeah, they could definitely wait for Chicago for sure.
But they weren't going to not have CM Punk on this card. Imagine they go over there and Punk's not on the card. There would be fires. But you could have CM Punk in a significant role. Save that Ricky Starks match for All In. They had a little feud going. They could have drawn that out.
They could have. There's some things they could have done, and I don't know. I see that they're making some changes and stuff to the card late. They added a match yesterday. I think they changed a match. Or no, they changed one of the matches, one of the people that's in it. We'll get to that. So
yeah, we'll get to that. But let's go from 0 Hour. Aussie Open. Glad they retained their titles last night against the Hardys. That was a close one. I hope nobody watched it because I didn't. Not 1 second of it. They went and then they went on break. They went to break. They went to break during Jeff Hardy's entrance. I said, click. Anyway, so that Aussie Open versus MJF and Adam Cole for the ROH World Tag Team Championships. What do you think? Who's coming out on top? It's kind of shitty. I got to watch the pre-show. Hey, we're not going to see the match. I don't think we can. When we buy it, we don't get the pre-show. We don't get because we have to buy the day later, so we don't get the pre-show. I think you just buy the pay-per-view.
Maybe we can find it online somewhere on Monday. I hope. That's important. Like, this is the most important pre-show match ever.
Of all time.
Of all time. So I feel like it's got to be maybe not necessarily that Aussie Open wins it, but that MJF and Adam Cole lose it. Because you got to, right? Don't we want to build some tension before their match later in the day? Or in the evening, I guess, since it's over there?
I think they have to win. I don't think it's plausible that they can go into the main event with one of them already taking a pin. I think that they need to win or they need to lose via disqualification. Or win via disqualification. Like, I don't think MJF can afford another pin loss or pinfall. I don't think Adam Cole getting pinned by either one of these guys looks good on him going into this main event. I know it's silly for me to say, but I know AEW does things a little bit different. Yeah. But I think they need to either win the match and have the tag team titles going into the main event, whereas in whoever turns on who or whatever happens, now you have the ROH championships on these two guys. Now they don't like each other. Now they're forced to coexist. Now it's another story.
But as ROH tag champs, like, what are they gonna go move over to ROH after this?
No, they'll probably
defend them weekly on Dynamite, or how's that gonna work?
They'll probably drop them, because Roddy Strong does something because he's friends with these ROH losers. I don't know. Um, but Chris, I just don't see them losing. It would just take, I don't know.
Let me just say, I just don't see them leaving with the belt. There's because
You
what do
could.
you do after that? I don't understand where it would go from there.
Chris, we didn't think this would work. And so many
No,
people are saying someone's going to turn on somebody. No, no, that doesn't. It doesn't have to happen.
yeah,
This is their big, like, if you are making a ton of money as a company because of a team like Adam, like, why do you think the New Day are still together? Because they sell a lot of merch.
hmm
So Adam Cole and MJF are selling a ton of merch, and they're if you watch the ratings, they're the highest rated part of every single show. So why would you take that away from your company? Are you do you not like the money? Do you not like the spike in the rating? Maybe they just don't break up. Maybe they're just best. Maybe it ends with them just respect. It is what it is. I don't know. AEW does stuff like that.
no, I don't know. I don't see them walking out with the tag titles. I could be wrong,
Could be, and I
but
could be
I
wrong
don't know
too.
where they're gonna. Because now you're gonna. I think it's because I was thinking that after this, tying up the AEW champion in a tag team story, I thought that was going to come to a close now. Like, how long are we going to keep him in a tag team story to where the main title is rarely defended? There's very few singles matches. You know what I mean?
I 1000%
I mean,
agree.
it's definitely worked so far, but like, I don't know. Do you want to push it too long where all we remember about his world championship title reign is that he was in a tag team with Adam Cole? You know,
I guess.
he's got to have some. uh, I don't know. I
I
could see
think
him having some issues.
I will just say this up front. I don't think the turn happens in All In. I don't think there's any kind of heel turn from anyone at all.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't think so. It's too predictable, and they're trying to keep this storyline going as unpredictable as possible.
Yeah.
Every time we think something's going to happen, they do the opposite. They're Roddy Piper. Every time that they got all the questions or something like that. What does Roddy Piper say? As soon as you think you got all the answers, I change the questions. That's what he says.
Okay.
That's what they're
There
doing.
you go.
The historian of the show, Josh Kimmel. We have. I'm just gonna go down my list. I don't know about your list because unless you want to say it, you do it because I have
No,
the
you
people
got
in
it.
front of
You
me.
got it. That way we can keep it consistent. Because if we keep switching lists, it's going to get real confusing. So
All right, we're just gonna go in from Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, Coda versus Takeshita, Jay White, and Juice Robinson.
why do you always got to take a shit on Takeshita's name?
You know,
We know his name
honestly,
now.
I'm not gonna lie. He's probably the best wrestler in this match. I think he's my second favorite person in this match. I think he's great. I think he's gonna be a
I
world
think
champion one day.
I think he's really good too. I still put Kenny as number one, but
I'm
really,
starting to not
you
sour
put
on Kenny. No,
you
no,
put
nope,
Kenny not at
not
number one.
no. I think Takeshita the way he because I've seen Kenny as a heel and Kenny as a face. Seen both.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of the same person except for one guy does like says bad things to his friends and the other guy doesn't. Like what I mean is his wrestling style doesn't change. He still does the same move set. He doesn't really change anything about him. Takeshita, when he was a babyface, flips, high flying moves. Now when he's a heel, you could really see like he's slow moving, methodical, really just just doing what a heel should do. So I think he's got that mind where he's a better like psychology wrestler than Kenny.
Okay.
But overall, I enjoy Kenny more. I don't know. I like them
Okay.
both. How about that? I don't know what to think about this match. I don't care about this match to be completely honest. Why did Jin and Juice get thrown in there? Why is Juice Robinson and Jay White in this match? Can someone explain?
Because
Somebody,
he needed some
anybody.
friends.
But
Takeshita
aren't
needed some friends there.
but don't
Again, it was just throwing everyone together. They're really, let's not think too hard about why, because not a lot of things are going to make a ton of sense.
I know. I'm really this match should be a banger though, of course. Kenny
Oh, yeah.
Omega, and you put all these guys in there, all of them are awesome. Like you don't
Yep.
have one, well, maybe Coda, he might be past his prime. Apparently, last time we saw him, he was awful. So we'll see this time around. I think the baby faces have to win. I'm putting my money on Kenny's side. I don't think EVPs are going to lose over in England.
Nope.
I'll just
I
say
don't think
that
so
right now.
either.
I don't think
Like
PvPs are taking.
Kenny Omega has been one of the top faces of the company. I don't see him going over there and losing. There's just no way. You got to get the big crowd pop for Kenny Omega, Hangman. Those are like two of your biggest people that you've had since day one. So I would definitely agree that the Golden Elite will take the win here.
I agree. I think that there's going to be a lot of high flying, a lot of like craziness. But what I do want to say going into this match is they need to make Takeshita look like a star, a superstar, someone that could beat Kenny Omega, because he can. Because they need a top heel. Like they need someone other than MJF and Christian Cage. They need another top heel. Because you look at John Moxley, he's a heel. Is he a top heel? No, he's just stuck in some kind of group. He's just irrelevant at this point. And to me, we'll get to John Moxley soon, but we need that other like tough, like big time heel, not some crazy Terry Funk Mick Foley wannabe.
No.
Women's match. As I die, Saraya, Sheeta, Tony Storm, Britt Baker, DMD, fatal 4-way for the World Women's Championship. They put this belt on Sheeta when we were there live in Tampa.
Yep.
Just so she could take a loss to the hometown hero Saraya Page. Right?
I don't know. Like this one's so confusing to pick me. Like I don't think Tony Storm. Definitely, it's not going to be her. I'd be shocked if it was her. But I feel like you could make somewhat of a case for the other three. Do you want to put it back on Britt Baker? Because when she was champion, that seemed to be like the height of the women's championship where it felt a lot more relevant. Are you going to leave it on Sheeta because Sheeta was your champion through all of COVID? And then literally the first show with people in it in Jacksonville against Britt Baker, she has to drop it. And now like she just got it. Like I feel like that would be pretty crappy if they make her drop it now. If this was the plan, like why not just have kept it on Tony Storm? But I guess it's because because they're on the same team. So maybe that's why they had to move it, I guess, now that I'm saying it out loud. But I could definitely see them going with Saraya there, but man.
I can see a situation where the Outcasts finally break up, or whatever, the Outsiders, whatever they're called. I could see them breaking up because you had to get the title off of Tony Storm and give it to someone like Sheeta. And I don't want to say that she's irrelevant, but she's a transitional champion. She was there to take. Listen, you're right. You can't have Saraya and Tony Storm in a match together in their team. I'm going to go take your title. That just wouldn't work. There'd be too much tension. No. The tension starts during the match. I think Saraya pins Tony Storm and wins the title that way. And that's going to create the tension. So she doesn't take an L. It starts a feud. A heel Saraya gets the title. And then a babyface Tony Storm chases. She's better babyface. I don't care what anyone says. I can't stand her heel act. Her heel act isn't getting over on me. You might like it. I'm sure you do. I think she's awful.
the whole Outcast thing.
Yeah, I want her back as a babyface.
It was interesting in the very beginning, somewhat, but like after it was week in and week out of okay, it's 9:30, time for them to come out and spray paint somebody and then do a 3-on-1 attack, and then okay, time to scramble out. All right, there we go.
Oh, here comes Willow.
Yeah.
Here comes Sky Blue.
Yeah, it was like the same week in and week out for like what, 6 or 7 weeks, it felt like. It soured me on, like, I was optimistic. Being the baby face of the show, I was trying to be optimistic about what the group could be. That maybe, she could be a mouthpiece or something, and then you have Ruby going and being the enforcer, or Tony being, just something like that. But it didn't work for me either.
Saraya has been the biggest flop probably in AEW history. Probably. She's never had. Name one memorable match she's had in AEW so far. Name one memorable promo she's had in AEW so far.
Her first match back, just because we never thought it was going to happen.
Nothing she's done has gotten over and has made an impact to the women's division. Actually, it's ruined. It's kind of dampered that women's division. It was if you just had Willow, Ruby, DMD, Thunder Rosa, even though I'm not even a big fan of her, Soraya's is holding it up. She's holding up a segment hostage every week. And
Yeah.
like you said, it's just nothing. It means nothing in the end. So Athena, where's Athena? Right?
ROH.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
we have to sit here and watch Soraya come out, spray paint with her fake lips and her fake tits, and just do nothing, and just stand there.
Yeah.
She does nothing. She adds nothing. It sucks. I knew it from the start. It was a flop. Oh, it makes me so mad. But I think Paige is winning over Tony Storm.
Yeah. I think they're going to go for the mega giant pop and put it on Saraya.
All right. Chris Jericho, Will Ospreay, the match that nobody wanted, but we're getting, and it's here. And hey, what I tell my kids, look, yes, we would prefer mint chocolate chip, but that's just not an option right now. Let's just go with vanilla. Ice cream's ice cream. Osprey's Osprey. I'll just take it any day of the week, even if it's against Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
At this age. Jericho is he tweeted out something like I still got it or whatever. So he's got something to prove. This match was supposed to happen 2 years ago, but it got canceled because of COVID.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a makeup on that. Kind of put together fast, rushed. But I think if Jericho gives it his all, it could be a good match. I think Ospreay could carry him.
I just feel like their styles are so different, though, that I don't know if it's going to work or not. Let me just say, my expectations are low. There's really not much place to go except up. So hopefully it's pretty good.
Is this your lowest anticipated like match of the night, or have we got there yet? Because I mean, to me, I'm not saying this is a bathroom break because it is Chris Jericho and it is Ospreay, but it's not a match that I'll probably be texting a lot during this match.
Yeah, I would say this was probably my lowest anticipated match.
Jericho's got to lose.
Yes, absolutely. I was about to say Ospreay there, he's got to win. Again, I think they're going to go for another big crowd pop. You don't want to upset the crowd by having Ospreay take a loss there.
Do you think Jericho stays babyface for a while, or do you think this is a phase? Because he's going to be babyface into this match. Sammy Guevara, do you think he joins Jericho eventually, and then they have like a babyface tag team run or something of that sort? Because I mean, I think that could work, a Sammy Jericho tag team, or maybe the Appreciation Society gets back together. I don't know.
As I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them back together.
As a babyface, though, Chris, I told you that could work.
No, I don't want to see them back together. Jericho and Sammy, because they kind of broke off the others. Sammy's the only one that stuck around. I would be okay with a Jericho and Sammy tag team. I think it would give them both a little something to do afterwards.
Like sex gods, right?
Yeah, exactly. Bring them back. I would be okay with that. That way you can get Sammy out there more because he's kind of been missing a little bit here and there lately, other than just to be a quick one-off segment. Like when was the last time he's really been featured in a story? You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I would like to see him kind of get some more TV time. Maybe he can make an appearance during that match.
I was going to say that. I feel like he's going to run in and try to help or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Next match, the real world championship that is not real because you were stripped.
You lost the title. You are not the real world champion. I'm sorry.
You're nothing. Versus Samoa Joe.
Do we know, do they count that belt in their lineage at all whatsoever? I haven't even looked online to see if
I am on the AEW website and they're calling it the real world championship in quotations. Real, it's all quote unquote. Even on the graphic that on Dynamite last night, Excalibur said, quote unquote, the real world champion. Like they're making it a big point.
So is it going to have to be MJF and it's CM Punk after this? Because I think, spoiler, CM Punk wins.
I think it's going to be Samoa Joe versus Adam Cole. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
that's a way better matchup in my opinion. No, I think it's going to be, of course, Samoa Joe losing. CM Punk's going to win.
Yep.
I don't care. After this is what matters. After this is what do they do next? That's what matters. Nothing else really matters in this match.
Nope. Definitely expect CM Punk to take it. Although it'd be funny if Samoa Joe won it, MJF retains, and we could finally get that Samoa Joe MJF rivalry that we've always wanted since that backstage segment in WWE.
That'd be awesome. Listen, I want to say this though. CM Punk's first night back on Collision said, "Until someone pins me, I'm the real world champion," or whatever. He's been pinned twice.
Yeah,
He's been pinned twice. Ricky Starks pinned him twice.
that's true.
So
he's no longer the
why
real world
he's
champion.
no longer the real world champion is what he said. Tell me when I'm telling lies. So then we have BCC, Santana, and Ortiz versus the best friends, Eddie Kingston and Pinta L0. Listen, I have some problems with this one.
I do too. Can I tell you one quick thing?
Tell me.
I'm
You tell me first.
When we're watching this match, I am so confused as to who's on whose team. I will not understand who is fighting who or why. Outside of like, I know that Santana and Ortiz are on the same team, but I'm going to forget which team they're on. I know the BCC members are on the same team, but I'm not going to know which team they're on. Like, because I don't understand this one being thrown together. This was just a complete random jumble of people thrown together. At least the last two Stadium Stampedes, there was some continuity in the teams. This one is just a complete throw together. I don't understand.
Chris, this one, first off, how are they going to do a Stadium Stampede if it's full? So is this an Anarchy in the Arena match? Anarchy in the Stadium? I'm confused on how they're going to pull this off.
Or is it going to be pre-recorded?
Could you imagine sitting there in the crowd watching a pre-recorded fucking show?
I know you did. Well, it wasn't pre-recorded, or was it pre-recorded? I don't remember. But yeah, that match, that first pay-per-view in Jacksonville, let me tell you, like, I almost at that point got up and went to the bathroom because it was just like, oh, I'm just watching, feels like I'm watching Dynamite at home right now. Like, the crowd was silent. No one was really getting it. It was not good.
Yeah, you can't.
It makes for good TV, but it's not good in the stadium.
Can't do it. I don't know how they're gonna. I think it's just gonna be a Falls Count Anywhere match, like when it comes down to it, because your stadium is gonna be full anyway. I will know, Chris. Here's an easy way to think about this because I've already thought about it. All right, the best friends had a match with Santana Ortiz in some kind of parking lot, so they hate each other.
Okay, I remember that.
Eddie Kingston is on and off again with Jon Moxley. This time he's off again. And he's the original person that brought in L0, or he loved them first, and Ray Phoenix, right? Like he was on their team, the Death Triangle. He was always with them. They're always boys.
No.
So think about this. Hold on.
So you're having to really think about it here.
No. Best friends, Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, and Trent. See, once I fucking don't know.
See
why is this happening? Confusing.
I'm sitting here looking at it, reading it, and I'm still trying to like keep up with who's where. Like, so, I don't know. It's
just odd to me that the international championship is not being defended internationally.
Yeah. Of all those title defenses that he had, he's done so many title defenses. Now he's on international soil, and it will not be defended.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I don't care who wins this match. I don't care.
I don't care, and I have no clue because none of it makes sense. I don't know if they're going to understand who wins the match.
Although I do want you, I know I always tell you this stuff and you don't do it. Go listen to last week's Talk is Jericho. Trent was on, and Trent was awesome. Talked about being how he got into the business. Talked about the best friends, how he was paired with Chuck Taylor. We'll edit that out. How he met Orange Cassidy. He talks about his injuries. He talks about the mom, the bus, or the van. Talks about all that stuff. Like, I think you would really enjoy that interview with Chris Jericho. Talk is Jericho. That's a plug for you, Chris. You're welcome, Jericho. Trent Beretta. Trent was great, but you really get the vibe that he just doesn't care about anything. Like, that's his real life. Like, I don't know, dude. Like,
what do you think the chances are that at some point in the middle of this match, two people accidentally start fighting that are on the same team because even they forget who's on whose team?
As possible. That's possible. We'll
do you
see.
think if we watch really closely, like if we write down, okay, these guys are on this team, and you watch really closely, tell me there's not a clip that doesn't come out. It'll be on your favorite show, Botchmania. Two people on the same team are fighting each other at one point because they forget, because not even they can keep up.
It's possible. Like I said, it's possible. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Um, whatever. Okay. Darby Allin, Sting, Swerve, and AR Psych, Christian Cage. Out of nowhere, AR Fox is dead. Like just gone. What the fuck happened? Um, why? I don't know. Is there a reason why AR Fox got moved? Do we know?
Like the behind the scenes reason or the on
Yeah,
screen reason?
I know the on-screen reason because he
Okay.
lost and Swerve went
Okay.
nuts.
I didn't
But
know if you caught that segment or not.
I watched all of
I
Dynamite
have
except for the main event.
I have no clue. I was really confused by that. I don't understand why AR Fox got pulled. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have his passport. He can't go or something. I don't know.
Then why
Like,
book the match?
well, maybe he thought he was going to get it in time, and now they realize it's not going to be. I don't know. I'm completely guessing. I have no idea because it makes no sense on screen why they did that at the last minute. I have no clue. I liked it as Darby and Sting versus Swerve and AR Fox. I mean, and I like Christian, but like it just
That makes sense though because Darby's wrestling Luchasaurus the very next week for the AEW TNT Championship.
no.
That makes sense. Like it makes sense why they added Christian because he is feuding with Darby Allin right now. What it doesn't make sense is why did you wait last second?
I'm
And
surprised that they didn't just add Christian on one side and then add Nick Wayne on the other side.
I've had enough of Nick Wayne.
But I'm saying, like that would make more sense because now what happens to AR Fox? Like I was excited for him finally getting some airtime, and
Just like that.
they're all in on Nick Wayne. So why not just add them both to the match and make it a trios? I get there's already so many jumbles of matches. Why not throw in one more?
So coffin match. Do you need to get both people in the coffin at the same time or just one?
Probably it will end when both are in the coffin. Maybe that's the other problem. They couldn't find a coffin tall enough for AR Fox, so they had to sub it out. And Christian, we need you to go.
Okay, how many times does Darby Allin coffin drop into a coffin?
How many times has he?
I know he's done it once at least.
Yeah.
I've seen him. It's just I don't know. Good match, I guess. Sting's gonna win. He's not losing over there.
That's what I was thinking. Sting always wins these pay-per-view matches. What have we learned? He always wins. Every
Sting's
time when
always
we
going
thought he
on.
was going to lose, nope, he still pulls out a win.
Just always. All right.
Is this one of the best runs of his career right now?
That's what Tony Khan thinks.
I saw that.
I was about to say, are you just being joking right now? Okay. House of Black versus the acclaimed and badass Billy Gunn. Do you think that name just got like trademarked again? Like the rights just got up and he's like, let's go, baby. It's mine
Yes.
now. Because they said it multiple times on purpose.
Yep. Absolutely. That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, well, he must have just finally got the rights to it finally. So now he wants to debut that version of Billy Gunn. So is he going to have his Mr. Ass Pants while he's over there?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
If you just hear, I'm an ass man. Dun, dun. He comes out, but I don't think he has the rights to the music.
Yeah.
But I'm actually hyped for this, man. I knew, obviously we knew he was coming back. I like these 6 men. It's gonna be a fun match. I think the acclaimed in a badass win.
Yeah.
I don't think you make a big return like that and make all these threats of like, oh, yeah, I'm not bringing daddy ass. I'm bringing back. You don't say that and lose.
Yeah. So you
'Cause
think
you
that's
just-
it for House of Black's trios run?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do because again, you don't retire, leave your boots in the ring, and then have the House of Black destroy them, and you come out of retirement just to lose again. So you should have stayed retired.
Yeah.
So I think they do get the win. And I do think that they move on. I think they move on to like where's this Andrade stuff going on in Collision? They kind of just stopped.
I have no idea. I forgot all about Andrade. I completely forgot about him.
Of course you did. Because we don't watch. I watch Collision sometimes. All right. 2 co-main events. Which one do you think goes on first? Let's go FTR. What do you think closes the show? Do you think it's the World
MJF?
Championship?
Yes. Has to be.
Mm.
There's no way that
EVPs.
doesn't. No,
EVPs. All right.
no. This could potentially open the show right here, just to get everyone excited.
FTR versus the Young Bucks. I am so sick of the wrestling community telling me that this fucking psychopath on my roads, on my highways, are pulling guns on people. And everyone's like, it's not a big deal. He didn't. Oh, what I heard someone say, heard as an incredible podcaster. He didn't hurt nobody. What the fuck is going on? How is this man able to work right now? I am pissed. I am, and guess what? If this happened to a WWE guy, I'd be saying the same thing. And
Yeah.
guess what? If I didn't say this shit about AEW, you guys be calling me a mark for AEW. And no, this is reality.
No.
It's fucking reality. If this is true, I'm sorry. Take the titles away from him. Period. And get like hopefully they take the titles away from them, and we see something happen. Like this is a bad look for the company.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Fucking crazy person with a gun pointing out what the fuck's happening. And I
Yeah.
believe it. I believe the story. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. Why would the person report it? Why would they take a picture of the license plate? Why would they do any of this stuff? And don't say, oh, well, Cash Wheeler's recognizable. She's just trying. No, he's not. The show only gets about 700,000, 800,000 people watching it. Cash Wheeler can walk down my road, and I watched the fucking show. I wouldn't be able to tell who it was.
No.
Period. If he's just in a white t-shirt, some jeans, I would not know who he was. Stop acting like he's some fucking megastar. He's a nobody in the grand scheme of things, right? He's not Brad Pitt. He's not fucking Tom Brady. It's Cash Wheeler on a second-rate wrestling show. On their worst, by far on their worst television show. He's not even on Collision. Well, he is on Collision, but they don't watch. They don't get the ratings like Dynamite does.
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, I think the Young Bucks go over.
Feel better now?
I do.
Got that one out there.
I'm so sick of people telling me it's not a big deal. It is a
I have
big
not.
deal.
I have not seen that, but then again, I'm not on Twitter as much to see all that. But yeah, I think even that aside, I thought the Young Bucks were going to win. The EVPs. I mean, how can they not book themselves, or if they even have the right to book themselves? But like, I feel like you got to have that happen over there. It's going to happen. We always get excited for a few title changes. How many are we going to have then? You're thinking what? Three.
The women's,
the tag,
and the trios.
And the trios. So
it's 3 out of 4. They're only, that's 3 out of 5 if you're counting the real world champion.
Yeah. So yeah, I think definitely for sure that the Young Bucks take the titles there. I think that's going to be a really good match, though. That's probably going to be one of, if not the best match of the night.
I agree. I'm looking forward to that match by far the most. I think it's going to be great. I think that Young Bucks win. Do you think there's any kind of trickery? Do you think maybe there's a DQ? CM Punk comes out. They set up a feud for All Out very next week.
No, I don't think CM Punk gets involved in this match. He's got his own stuff to do.
I mean, he's CM FTR, whatever that stupid ass name is. They're trios. It's a trio. Yeah. They're a stable. He comes out.
I know, but I think he's going to come out for his match and be done. No, I don't think he's going to come back out or come out ahead of time, or I don't know where these are going to be at on the card, but no, I don't think he's going to come out and interfere in this match.
You got to sell tickets for All Out. I mean, you got to sell pay-per-views. I'm not buying All Out. You're not buying All Out.
No, probably not.
Got to get some interest for that.
I don't know how they're going to build a card in a week.
They have
a couple of matches. Yeah, too. But so everything else has to be announced at Dynamite.
Or Collision Saturday night.
Yeah. I don't know. That's rough. It's a rough spot to do
Statlander
two pay-per-views back and back.
I know, it's a dumb idea. It was really a dumb idea of theirs. But all right, I think the Bucks win. The very last match, the main event, MJF versus Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship. Like I said, I don't think anyone turns. I don't think there's that massive heel turn that you want or that we all want. It's not going to happen. It's going to happen on Dynamite the very next week. I think it's going to be. Can we tell you who I think's turning heel?
Let's hear it.
Adam Cole. It's about time he turns heel. It's about time he gets something going. It's about time he turns back into his real self. We said it multiple times. Roddy Strong said, everyone's been hinting at it. You're gonna see the real this, real that, real that. No, we're not gonna see the real MJF. We're gonna see the real Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Adam Cole was at the top of his game when he was a heel. And I think Tony Khan wants him there. I think Adam Cole wants to get there. And I think he's a way more interesting character when he is a heel. And I think he makes that turn on MJF. But I think MJF wins. I think MJF wins the match. I don't want to say clean, but there's going to be some shenanigans. Adam Cole makes a turn, and that's when the fans turn on him because we all love MJF. Now, why is he turning heel? Because we're going to have the real world champion, CM Punk, the real world champion, going to face off against MJF. Who do you think the fans are going to root for, no matter what Tony Khan writes in that script? They're going to root for Max.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it makes sense for CM Punk to go in as the heel in that feud, and MJF to be the babyface. That's how it has to be, because no matter what, if you book MJF as a heel, they will cheer him and they will boo CM Punk. Period.
But that's what they're doing with Ricky Starks right now too, though, right?
But that's Ricky Starks. That's Ricky Starks. This is one of your headlining feuds of the summer of going into the fall. Yeah. You need it to be like massive. You need that heat, because this match right here, there's no heat. There's a lot of like question marks and when wondering what's going on, but there's no heat.
No.
So I think it's gonna be a great match. I really do. I think Roddy Strong does get involved. I think it's gonna be a lot of I wish they didn't. I wish they kept it one-on-one. We don't need Roddy Strong. We don't need it. We don't need Kyle O'Reilly. Don't need it. We just need one-on-one and have that turn happen on Dynamite the next week. That's all you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And like we said, I definitely think it's going to be, that's going to be involved in the turn there. It's got to be the Roderick Strong stuff. Otherwise, what is all that for? It has to be involved somehow. I thought they kind of showed a clip last week where they were talking about MJF and they're like, oh, what if he sees this? So, but I think MJF for sure walks out as champion still. I don't see that title changing.
Nope. Massive babyface going into the CM Punk feud. I think that's going to be good stuff. I can't wait for that. What's the next pay-per-view after All Out? Revolution?
Full Gear.
Full Gear? So Full Gear we have.
And then Revolution's in March.
Boom. Full Gear. CM Punk versus MJF, the real world champion, versus the AEW world champion. That's going to happen, guys. I'm telling you right now. But that's going to do it for the show. We're going to watch some preseason football. I think there's some going on right now. I have a fantasy football draft in about 30 minutes. So I'm going to jump on that too.
Good luck.
Thank you. I don't need it because I have skill.
Where are you picking from?
I don't know. It's random.
You still don't know?
It's one of those random. Honestly, this league is a beer league. We buy in with beer. The losers have to ship two bottles of beer to the winner.
Okay.
So it's a fun league. Either way, you can catch me on Twitter at Josh Kimmel OUS, at RTW Chris. Thank you for watching. Hey, if you did stick around like my boy Clutch, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You hit the like button. It really helps out the show. Until next week, Chris, you got anything for us?
I just hope it's a super fun card all around.
Mr. Positivity. All right, guys. Always. Peace out.